I'm sure you know all about Shazier. What can
Yep.
you tell about folks about Shazier, who he is, and the parents that
Yeah.
just got flown in private charter by the Steelers to check on him, and what you know about his condition?
Yeah. I think when Urban got to Ohio State, he was really sort of one of the foundation pieces and one of the more well-liked guys in the program. And here's one thing that really sticks out about him. If you go back and anybody can go on YouTube and call up his Ohio State highlights, you'll notice he's wearing 3 different numbers. In some of them he's wearing the number 48. In others he's wearing the number 2, and then most of them he's wearing his number, which was number 10. And what you come to find out if you research that is he wore 48 for a guy he grew up with back home who'd passed away, and then he wore number 2 because one of Ohio State's captains that year broke his leg and was out for the year. And so that doesn't make him a hero, but he's just kind of like one of these guys who's really conscientious about the people around him and really cares about the people around him. And I think that's why he was such a good natural leader at Ohio State during the transition from Luke Fickell to Urban Meyer, and then again kind of became the leader of the new young group that they're building in Pittsburgh on the defensive side of the ball. And they've got a lot of good young players there, and he was sort of the guy who I think was going to be like that Levon Kirkland, Lawrence Timmons guy in the middle of the defense for years to come. And so I know we always say these things in the wake of stuff like this, but it really is genuinely, his reputation couldn't be much better. And that goes all the way back to when he was 18, 19 years old in college.
And so do we know anything more about his condition as we're currently sitting here in the middle of our Tuesday show?
I mean, it doesn't look good. I know that there's been some feeling in his extremities, but I think we have to wait and see, and more information will come out on this. But clearly he's not out of the woods.
And you're right. I mean, for a team that is all about the offense thrown it around, for an organization that used to be about running the ball with Bettis, and then that defense, right? And then that defense that LeBeau is cooking up all sorts of evil. And then they lost Palomalu, and they lost everybody that used to be associated with that. It's interesting that Shazier is definitely become the leader of that.
Yeah, and it took him a while too. I mean, this is probably as well-rounded as Tomlin's had since the last time they were in the Super Bowl, right? In 2010, they'd become offense-heavy because they got old on defense, and a bunch of those guys were gone, and they didn't do a great job of replacing them at first. I'm talking about the guys like Palomalu. Lawrence Timmons was there for a little longer, but Ike Taylor, it took them a while to build that back up, and now it looks like they're finally there, Rich. Behind guys like Cam Hayward and Stephon Tuitt and T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree and Artie Burns, it looks like they're finally getting there, and really I think the way that they envisioned it was, after this year they were going to lock Shazier up, give him a big contract, and he was going to be the leader of the next generation of great Steeler defenses. And so obviously all of that's up in the air now, and there are more important matters at hand.
Sure.
But certainly he was sort of the face of the rebuild that Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin had successfully pulled off the last couple of years.
Rebuild from some of the great players on that defense that one of whom you neglected to mention, Lamar Woodley. I wonder why you left Woodley out of that mix, Albert.
No, I like Lamar. We'll throw Lamar Woodley in there, too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's no slouch.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.